Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Rosie and today I'm going to be giving you my 3-month review of the Canon EF-M 22mm f2 lens. So the first thing to mention is that this is a great all-rounder lens. It's perfect for day trips and travel, things like this. It's wide enough that you can get wide shots, but it's also not too wide that you can get some close-up shots as well. So I have found that f2 is great for the photographs. I found that the flower or the plant, whatever I'm photographing, is perfectly in focus and the background is blurry and gorgeous bokeh. But then I also found that when I switched onto video, the bokeh would kind of not be as great basically, not be as blurry, not be as soft, not be as out of focus. Maybe that is something that happens when you switch between photographs and videos. I haven't really found that problem beforehand with other lenses, but I guess because I'm a photographer, I've never directly compared photo and video with the same lens. So maybe that's normal, but for me, it was just something that I noticed. This camera, the M50, and this lens together are so good together, especially with autofocus. I can touch my face on the screen or I can touch the flower or whatever it is that I want to focus on and it tracks me so well, and this lens does the same as well. It's so good. So this is obviously a prime lens. It's 22mm, which does mean that you can't zoom in or zoom out. So if you want to get a shot further away, you would just need to step backwards, and if you want to get a shot close, you would just have to step forwards. So it's one of the prime lenses. This is the same with all prime lenses. You kind of have to move yourself rather than the lens. This means it can be restrictive, but prime lenses generally do have higher quality photographs and videos, and the bokeh is beautiful. So if you don't mind that factor, it's a great lens. I found for photographs that f5.6 is the best in terms of sharpness. Anything before then can have a tiny bit of softness, and anything the other side of that can also have a bit of softness. So if you really want super sharp images, f5.6 is best. But obviously if you do want the blur and the bokeh, f2 is beautiful, or f2.8 as well. Now this lens is a little bit on the pricey side. It's $250 new and around $160 second hand. I will leave in links down in the description box if you do want to buy this from Amazon. If you use my link, it just helps me out a little bit. Now I bought mine second hand for around $170 I believe, and I actually think it's worth it. I do think it is a good lens, and I do think it's nice also to have the option to switch between the lenses and just to get a different view and a different kind of feel to my photographs and videos. I don't know if this is particularly needed as a beginner. I do think that the 15 to 45 lens is so good for video especially, but I guess also for photography. So if you're new to videography and photography and you don't quite know what you're doing, you probably don't need to buy this straight away. But once you realise that, okay, you want a little bit more, something a little bit different, this could be a good lens to invest in. And then just in terms of the way it looks, so it's got this plastic lid. So the lens itself is actually tiny, which for an f2 lens kind of surprises me how it can get so much light into such a small hole. But it is beautifully made. You can just take the back off here, and that's the other side as well. I'll insert some close-ups so you can see it properly. It was made in Taiwan apparently. It's nice metal. I think it does come in 2 colours, so this is the metallic shade, but I think there is also a black shade if you wanted something not silver. But yeah, it's been a great piece of equipment to have in my bag. It's been fun to switch between the two and to see what this can do really. At the moment, most of my videos are just at home, sitting face to face with the camera, mostly because I want to get used to being in front of the camera. I want to get used to editing and, putting videos together, descriptions, YouTube, all the rest of it. I'm still learning all of this. So for the moment, I am doing a lot sat at home and not a whole lot of B-roll, but I think that as soon as I start going back out into the world after coronavirus and after everything has calmed down, I think I will use this lens a lot more for things like food, drinks, animals, flowers, anything where you want to get a little bit more detail, a little bit more bokeh, a little bit more kind of beautiful images. I think I'll use this one for like a general vlogging camera and lens, and I think I'll use this one for more details. So I think it will come in handy more as we start to move out of the quarantine and lockdown. So it'll be interesting to give this a review in another 3 months time after 6 months to see if I do start using it a whole lot more, or if I just tend to stick to this one and keep this on the camera. I'm going to switch you over now so you can see what it's like in terms of vlogging and in terms of the depth of field and how close I am to the camera, things like that. So this is currently, that's currently at 15, so you'll be able to see the difference when I pop this on at 22. There we go. So I haven't moved the camera at all, I haven't moved myself at all, but you can kind of just see the difference now. So this is a lot more cropped in. The background might be a little bit blurrier. I'll have to see when I'm editing. So yeah, this is what it's like in terms of the 22mm. Now this is that's arm's reach. So if I was to hold that and vlog like this, hold the camera, this is how close I would be. So for me personally, this is a little bit too close for vlogging. It's a little bit too close to the camera. You can see me in a little bit too much detail. So for me, I think I will stick to the 15 to 45 for vlogging and for videos where you're kind of a little bit closer. But for anything like this, I would sit further back. So I feel like this would be a good distance if I was to film on this camera, but obviously I can't touch the camera, it's too far away. So in terms of vlogging, it's just not possible. Unless of course you have some sort of selfie stick or tripod that you can hold further out. But in terms of just holding the camera itself, it's too close for vlogging. So I may as well finish the video on this lens rather than switching over again. So overall, I do think it's a really good lens. I think it's something that you won't use all the time unless you do a whole lot of B-roll, but it is something to definitely have with you. Obviously, if you buy it new, it's $250, but if you buy it second hand, you can get it for around $160, $170, which I think is pretty fair. So I'm going to insert some photographs and videos now to show exactly what I meant when I said that the photographs and videos didn't quite have the same bokeh, even when they were both at f2, so you can compare them for yourselves. And just have a look at the photographs and videos that I took the other day whilst walking around Miami. So there's lots of flowers and greenery, things like this, but I think it's nice to see how the camera can track the flower even when it moves in the wind. It really kept the autofocus on the flower, which I thought was amazing. You can see the bokeh and you can see, yeah, just general photographs. So I took some close-up of flowers and leaves and things like that, but I also took some further away of buildings and signs and streets and things like this, just so you can kind of get an idea as to what the camera is capable of with this lens. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was a little bit informative, but I do also want to do a video maybe in about 3 months time, once I start going out a little bit more and do more B-roll and more creative videos. So be sure to subscribe for more videos, including that one. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, please do give it a big thumbs up. It really does help me out so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!